What's going on, fellas? This is going to be a quick video. I get a lot of feedback when I do videos about arguing, right? Guys, you will never be, ever be viewed as a masculine man if you can't not argue with the woman that you're in a relationship with. That's not how you gain control. That's not how you gain dominance. And that's definitely not how you gain leadership. It is not forced. Leadership, dominance, it's not forced upon anybody. What are you arguing for? Arguing is emotional. Is it your ego? What? What is it that causes you to argue? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen two women argue? Maybe at work, or maybe two family members, or you're around a bunch of friends and two of the ladies get into an argument. This is what you look like. That's what you look like when you argue with a woman. You do not listen. Yo, I cannot stress this enough. Don't argue with women. A lot of guys are like, well, I don't understand. How do I not argue? Every time I feel like I get baited, or, she does something to, just kind of get me. You do not have emotional intelligence. You're letting your feelings get the best of you. For some reason, you might feel disrespected. You might feel violated. You might feel as though she thinks she's the boss of you. And so, now I got to show her. That's not leadership, guys. That's not dominance at all. It's weakness. You do not have self control, and you will never be a masculine man if you cannot control yourself. You're trying to control somebody else when you can't even control yourself. Is that why you're arguing? You're trying to control her. You're trying to make her see it your way. You're trying to make her do it your way. Guys, do not argue. If you argue with your woman in that relationship, you're the woman. Maybe if I put it like that, you'll get a better understanding of what it is that I am trying to say. I cannot stress this enough. You cannot and will not ever be in a healthy, sustainable, long term, successful relationship as a man if you do not learn to manage your emotions to the point where you do not get baited, pulled into, tricked into, or whatever excuse you make for arguing. You'll never sustain a long term, healthy relationship. Period. It does not happen. I get it. Every now and then you got a bunch of stuff built up inside, and you may just, one time it all comes out. I get that. But what you have to learn how to do is channel that on a daily basis. Stop holding everything in. Why you got all of this anger and stuff built up inside of you? Listen, did your parents argue? Did your mother argue with your father? Or, did your stepdad argue with your mom? Did grandpa argue with grandma? Like, where are you getting this from? Is it a learned behavior, or is it simply because you just do not have self control? You just do not have the ability to manage your emotions. It has to come from somewhere. Is it something that you see? Like, I'm trying to help. Like, I'm not, if my words are harsh, then you probably are a little bit emotional, right? If my words right now are harsh, if you feel some type of way, like, yo, who's he talking to like that? You might, have an issue with, being overly emotional or something like that. But listen, guys, you have to be able to manage your emotions in order to lead the relationship. Leaders don't argue. Imagine if you turned on the TV and you seen the president and the vice president just arguing, having a whole argument, like a a whole entire argument, bro. Kids argue with one another. You understand what I'm saying? They argue because they cannot effectively get their point across. What is going on? Guys, are you too emotionally attached? And again, guys, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. You can't fix the problem until you recognize what the problem is. And you have to admit that there is a problem. look, are you too emotionally attached? Are you in a mode, like, are you in survival mode? You think she's getting ready to leave, and now you're nervous, you're scared, and so you're scared to lose the woman, and so you're emotional. You can't. She's moving in a way that makes you think maybe she's seeing somebody else, and so you gotta establish your dominance, and you're not gonna do this, and she's not. Like, you have to identify what it is that causes you to get in a mode or the zone where you can no longer effectively communicate. It's like a baby crying. A baby does not know how to effectively communicate. Yo, I'm wet. My diaper needs to be changed. I'm hungry. I don't feel well. I gotta poop. You understand what I'm saying? Your arguing with her is the equivalent of a baby crying. That is how she is going to look at you, like a baby who is crying. Guys, you gotta be stoic. You have to stand on what it is that you say. And if you say something, if you put it out there and she doesn't agree, or she doesn't move the way you want her to move, or whatever the case may be, you have to be able to stand on whatever it is that you said. And if it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, she doesn't move the way that you want her to move, you have to be okay with moving alone. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot force someone to do it your way or see it your way. And I'm telling you now, if you're that guy, you're essentially a bully. You're essentially a bully. And she's probably there not because she wants to be there, but because she's afraid not to. And that's not an effective relationship, guys. Okay? Listen, arguing is weak. Arguing is a sign of a lack of self-control. You have zero emotional intelligence. Do you understand what it is that I'm trying to, like, get you to understand? Emotional intelligence is shown at times when you are being tested. If you feel as though a woman is testing you, if you feel as though a woman is trying to bait you, if you feel as though she's trying to trick you or force an argument upon you, you have to understand it's almost like a ventriloquist and a dummy. Y'all know what a ventriloquist is, right? We don't see them too much now, but back in my day, you always had the guy with the ventriloquist sitting on his lap, right? And he would be talking, and then he got the ventriloquist, he got the dummy talking. The ventriloquist is talking to the dummy. She's the ventriloquist, and you're the dummy in the situation, because you can't control your temper. You can't control your mood, but she's able to control you simply by the words that she says. She's able to say words to get you worked up, or she's able to do things to get you worked up, and now you're reacting. You're reacting to whatever it is that she said or that she did. And that is a sign of weakness. It is a surefire way for your woman to lose interest in you as a leader. You're not a leader. You're definitely not the dominant one in this situation. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, you're more woman than she is, because you're emotional, right? We say it all the time. Think about it. We say it all the time. Who's the logical ones and who are the emotional ones? So think about it. If you argue with a woman, you're emotional. You're emotional. Women don't want a man who is going to argue with her. Period. Point blank. End of story. I'm done. Y'all have a great day.